What's up, guys? It's that time again. We're going to be doing another episode of the Messenger of Purgatory Space Hulk 2013 playthrough. That's right, we're doing the final mission today in this nice little expansion that the friendly folks over at Full Controller decided to release free of charge. Now, these ones have a bit more bite to them. That is one thing that I would say, is if you're starting out with Messenger of Purgatory, this is a rough campaign compared to, like, Sin of Damnation, for example, so... Well, anyways, you guys don't want to hear me ramble. Let's go to mission number 3, Extractione.
Our fallen brother has been found. Scattered pockets of the enemy are all that stand between us and securing his gene seed. Heavy interference on deep scans have made it impossible to pinpoint where Atarius fell. We will have to search for what remains of Atarius, room by room. Teleporters will extract us once our mission is complete. May the Emperor guide our path. Sergeant of the squad, accept your orders. You command one squad. You will deploy your Terminators here. Multiple threat groups are moving in from these areas. Any of these rooms may hold the remains of our fallen brother. Find our missing brethren and transmit the location of the body.
Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of a search here. I don't know if maybe it's randomly generated or if he's in the same room every single time. My first inclination is going to be like, well, he's down here, obviously, so that we have to go weird and just go all the way around the horn. But wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if he was just like right here? That would be the day. Let's jump on in. They give us Squad Gideon, which is sort of heartbreaking because that leads me to believe we're going to have to deal with Clobbles. Oh no, no Clobbles. Okay. Well then. I'm always happy when Clobbles isn't involved. Is that sad or what? It's like, no, I will quit right now if you put Clobbles in my squad. I hate him. I don't want him. Oh, there he is right there. Well, that kind of removes the challenge if there's no fog of war. I think we're going to make a blitz for it then. We are actually just going to balls to the wall this one. Oh, I didn't realize this connected right here. Okay. Well, we need to take that right there as quickly as possible, and I'm willing to wager a few Kentucky nickels that the enemy is not going to allow us to do that in any sort of pertinent way. I'm going to keep Gideon in the back. I don't really know what I'm going to use Gideon for on this mission, but we'll keep him where he is. I like where people are so that I can peel back some of my bolter guys when I have to. Did they get first move? It did the Xenos moving. Interesting. I thought oh my god, they are coming from like every direction. So we're guaranteed spawns, of course. I knew they weren't going to let me have this one so easily. I'm not completely sold.
Securing position.
Yeah. No, that is not what I wanted. I did not say to turn. I said to walk and go. Not walk and turn, sir. Follow your orders. Let's go ahead and get everybody else moving too. We do have extra CPs to play with, which tempts me to think that I should clench right here. Clench like a buttock in the most dangerous types of anxiety. We're not getting hit from there, notice. We're only getting hit from all of these directions. All of those doors are busted, which means that we're going to have to go through them, but so is the enemy, which is always nice. Ah, they're going to try and pincer us. We're already in a bit of a spot, and we're not even done with our first turn yet. Let's go ahead and see what they do. Reroll that 2 and get myself a 4. And what I would prefer to do right here is maybe kill him on the freebie shot. Alright. I love it when a plan comes together. The other thing we might consider doing is sending an advanced team out this way, because we can't feasibly have like everybody going down this hallway. Having a guy sit here and face this way, like, especially if it's someone like Leon, just sitting here and pointing that way, might be useful because it'll keep a lot of this pressure off of us. So I think I'm going to do that. I may send him up here just all by his lonesome. Or maybe send Gideon with him, actually. That might be a good use for Gideon, is to put the assault cannon right here and have Gideon face that way while defending his back. That might work out. So yeah, let's consider that option very, very strongly.
Objective logged. The enemy will fall before me.
Now, once again, we've got ourselves in a situation where if we can survive this little kind of pie-shaped hallway, we should be okay. But if that doesn't happen to be the case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh, right, he can't get to us. Can't even get to us. That makes me incredibly happy. Happier than an infection in the 1600s. Let's go ahead and... Sure, let's end it all.
Multiple targets acquired. We have contact.
Oh my god, there's so many. He can't get the door down. Great. Well, that's gonna buy us a little bit of time. I may have been practicing a bit of hubris in thinking that I could take this pinch point before anything went wrong. I was going to put a guy right here facing that way and a guy right here facing this way. So, typical case of Splattercat looking and leaping all in one go.
Objective logged. Moving to target coordinates.
I think, honestly, like, either way, he gets 2 squares to fire on these guys. So if they come around this way, he gets 2 squares, and if he fights them right here, he gets 1, 2, or he gets 1, 2 right here, either way. So I might as well move him down to this position and just, like, really, really, really hope that he can hold down the block here. If he can't, he does have backup. I'm going to put Omnio in right here to keep an eye on him.
They will fall.
And then obviously we've got to keep pressure.
Yes, bro.
I think this is going to be the entire challenge of this map. If I'm really looking at this strategically, surviving this right here in the nasty cacophony of RNG is going to decide, like, if we... Honestly, I don't think he's going to make it. He's probably going to get eaten.
Overwatch.
Go ahead and handle your business there, Leon. And let's see how this plays out. Okay, so he got number 1. Okay, it's 2 down.
Malfunction. Unjamming no mercy.
Yeah, I knew RNG.
Confirmed.
Oh, okay. Well, I knew RNG was gonna kind of take a bite out of us right there, no matter what we did. Oh, and there's a bunch coming down the hallway that way too. Well, isn't that just a bucket of fun? Wow. That is something. The sheer amount of points they're being given to rally against us is pretty no-joke hardcore.
Moving out.
Alright, well I can't risk it any further.
Watching for enemy contact. Watching for enemy contact.
I'm almost tempted to bring him up and around, but this is just a kill zone right here. Like, they really are putting the screws to us with this map configuration. This heavily, heavily favors the Genestealers. Especially given the amount of command points the Genestealers are being given, or the amount of spawn points they're being given. They're being able to just spawn insane amounts of units right now. Especially for a single squad mission. This guy right here... I think I'm going to back him off. I have my suspicions that both these guys are probably toast. In which case, the new challenge will be him facing this way, or being our runner while these two hold down this. We're fairly well pinned right now. I don't see a whole lot of positive ways out of this one. His chance of killing 7 Genestealers in 2 squares is just non-existent. And at the same time, you can't really pile everybody into this hallway either, because both are kill zones. Like, both are absolute 100% kill zones. Just don't know what to do. Well, let's end it and just really hope that we get lucky. So obviously he got that one with sustained fire.
Weapon jammed. Obstruction.
Wow, give him double Terminator honors. Like, make him the Terminator's Terminator.
My bolter has failed. The machine spirits have answered my prayers.
Oh my god.
We have moved.
That was the luckiest string of attacks I've ever seen. Wow. And the sad part is, they just respawned every single one of their losses. Wow, I don't know how to take any ground here. We're gonna stick Gideon right there for the time being.
Unbreakable faith.
I want to move these guys, but it's just too risky. It is simply just too risky to move this squad. It just can't be done with the ways things are going. After this group, if we get a really good CP roll, we might be able to pull it off. And then one that way, and then a runner who goes this way, hopefully to get the boss. But definitely not feeling it. Not feeling it.
Targets. Beware the alien.
Rerolled that 2 and got a 1, so we're stuck in position again. Wait, who is moving? No. What are you doing? With 1 CP, I can't risk moving anywhere, unfortunately. Oh, I want to choke this so bad, though. Let me see if I can count these here. So he's either going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, he should be safe right here. For now.
Securing position. Securing position.
I really need him to handle his business up here and just hold down this. And if he manages to do it, we should be okay. There's no points for an overwatch right here, but neither 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he can. Well, hopefully if he tries to make a move, Leon takes care of him.
Drive them back.
Okay, good. Alright, well our northern quadrant is now cleared. 4 CP is definitely better than the 1.
Let them come.
I'm gonna get him reloaded. He's not actually gonna overwatch this turn because I want to save the CP. Oh, so lucky. That's what I was really hoping would happen.
Cleanse the monstrosity.
We have the CP, so I might as well attempt it. They are just not going to let me have it. There it is.
Fall by my hand. Overwatch protocol initiated.
He's going to take Overwatch. And let's get everybody into a spot where they can actually like contribute to the combat in some way. Now that we're out of that hallway, I think we're going to be alright. That was a really rough spawn. Now, the only thing I see going wrong over here is if Gideon folds, but they can only spawn one Genestealer at a time, and with his advantages, he's pretty much the only melee unit worth using on a consistent basis. He's the only one you can rely on, at least in my opinion. Yep, let's spawn him and bomb him.
Bolter has failed me. We live and die as brothers.
Well, now we have no runners. But
drive them back.
First 2 shots handled there.
A righteous kill.
I think... God, I'm so disappointed about that loss. I really am. I really wanted to do this without losses. It's just one of those RNG things. We had no CP, unfortunately. He's reloaded, and he's on Overwatch. They have nothing to threaten us with right now. So we're actually going to make a hard run for it, I think. These 2 guys are going to be our huckleberries on this one. I almost said something completely different, but... that leaves him within reasonable room of this right here. They've got a long run from this way if they try and get to these doors because they got to break them both. Well, they got to break that one anyways. And assuming their rolls aren't exactly on point, as we saw with that other guy, we may get lucky. Let's see if we can ride this one out.
Death demands vengeance.
Oh, I guess that's out of range for the assault cannon. Interestingly enough. Let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna put him right there. And this should close out the mission, I think. Oh, I was hoping for a kill right there, but, you know, we've had a lot of that actually. On this run, I shouldn't expect anything further because we've had a lot of really good kills. Let's do a move fire thing right there. And let's just get him down the hallway.
I stand my ground. Securing position.
Okay, I think this is going to be at the culmination. This map, they should just rename it the hallway, because once you get out of this little sticky area where you start, you should be alright. Gideon's over here getting his smash on, just smashing like crazy. Getting his smash on like it's dollar night at the club. Let's see here. And it's also funny because he has a cudgel. Do you see the joke that I have made?
In the face of the enemy.
Gosh, I'm so ashamed of myself sometimes. Like, I finish jokes or I finish like just nasty little quips and they just tend to be terrible.
Moving out.
Activate the teleporter.
Atarius can now be laid to rest in the Hall of Remembrance. His legacy will live on.
Atarius sounds like just a terrible name that they would give to, like, back in the 80s, they would give it to like the spokesperson for Toys R Us who just happened to be selling Ataris. Like, Atarius. Oh my, well, that was the third mission of the free little campaign expansion that Full Control put out, called Messenger of Purgatory. Thank you for joining me here. My name is Splattercat. I hope you've enjoyed it thus far, and I look forward to seeing you in my other series in the future. As always, glory be to the Big E, repping the imps. As always, I'll see you guys next time. Take care out there, everybody.